Alright guys, thanks for stopping in. Got something you guys been waiting on. Top 5 U-Trip bats. There it is. Top 5 U-Trip bats of 2016. Just a couple things I want to make known here before we get started. I have not swung every U-Trip bat that there is on the market. Number 2, this is my opinion from the bats that I have swung. And number 3, enjoy the video. Number 5. 2016 Eastern Reckoning U-Trip. This bat did have me skeptical at first, I'm not gonna lie. But a huge impression was made here. Easton has made nice bats in the past, but this flex line has put them back on the map. I went with this instead of the black flex based on the weighting. I did like the inload from the exclusive a little better just because I felt like it swung a little smoother than the regular flex model. Props to Easton for definitely getting back in the game with this one. Big step in the right direction for sure after a couple of what you may say lackluster years. Number 4, 2016 Combat Plague Team Edition. Unfortunately, Combat went out of business this year, which was a shame because if they made more bats like this one, they'd be thriving again in no time. Absolutely electric feel from this early on, and it sounded ridiculous as well. Combat definitely went out with a bang with this one for sure. Number 3, the 2016 Worth Resmondo Legit. I swung this pretty early on in the year, and I knew already that this was going to be one of my favorites. Early in the year, I had no intention of making this list or anything like this video you're seeing today, but you know, as I raved about it in the initial review, this is an excellent bat, an absolute no-brainer in my opinion. The weighting on this was extremely smooth, probably the smoothest of the legits. Felt really good early on and had insane exit speed. Worth has definitely made some quality bats in the past, and this one was no exception to that. Number 2, the 2016 Miken Psycho 2-piece. There was a lot of controversy surrounding these bats. There was some saying these were supposed to be D2E exclusive, some saying they weren't. But at the end of the day, these bats ended up getting released in a limited edition, but were not released from Down to Earth Sports exclusively. Other retailers had these, and at the end of the day, a lot of people compare these to the D2E Psychos, which if you are a fan of this channel, you will know that I am crazy about. This is slightly different, but still very easy to fall in love with. The barrel had a very forgiving feel to it, very nice inload, and an overall great bat. These things are fairly durable considering, you know, some of the other things you can deal with from the Miken and Worth line. And trying to be unbiased, I absolutely loved this bat. Not even gonna sit here and say that I didn't. Number 1. Alright guys, so what we got for number 1 is the 2016 Miken Freak 30. I know this may come as a surprise to some of you guys after knowing how big of a fan I was of the Psycho line. The only reason that I gamed a Psycho this year over one of these was the fact that I got the Psycho at a better price. Honestly, this could be a toss-up for 1 and 2, but me being a short barrel fan and just overall, I did feel this bat was just a slight bit better. It just worked for me better anyway. These things were nuts. I do know that the clips that you're seeing here are not from my initial review. The footage was a little better from this home run derby that I pulled these clips from, so I went ahead and used it. hit all balls great, sounded great with all balls, didn't take much to get going, and seemed to last a long time. The weighting on these was extremely smooth, no big sledgehammer inload, and a very nice feel from the 12-inch barrel. Humongous sweet spot for being a 12-inch barrel as well. Very forgiving, goofy flex or whippy flex or anything like that. This is everything that is right in a softball bat, in my opinion. So I wanted to do an honorable mention part for this video, just to mention a couple of bats that stood out to me that had a couple of things nagging that was the main reason that I didn't put it in the top 5 video. GS Sports Insane from DeMarini. This bat was a bazooka. The sweet spot was, it was just so little. That was my only rant with this thing. That's how small the sweet spot was. Wicked sick performance, sounded great, but man, you had to find the sweet spot to get anything out of it. Next and final bat on the list would be the Boombah Dooley. This bat was actually pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it wasn't. Just didn't have the blow me away performance that these bats in the top 5 did. I liked everything else about this bat. It felt great, sounded good, hit all balls well. Performance was just a touch behind the rest of these, is the only reason that it didn't break the top 5. Okay guys, there you have it. There is my top 5 list for 2016 U-Trip bats. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please bear in mind that this is only my opinion. I'm no certified softball player. I'm no big-time softball player. In my opinion, you should take my opinion as an opinion and nothing else but that. But I've reviewed all these bats. A lot of people are asking my thoughts on them, so here you have them. Subscribe to keep up with everything that's coming on the BP Hero. Got all kinds of good stuff coming. Doing the top 5 ASA bat list. It'll be out Friday, so keep an eye out for it. All kinds of good stuff coming for 2017 too. I'm not going to spoil anything, but got a lot of good stuff coming. So you can keep up with all that stuff by subscribing, turning on those notifications, like this video and share it around, and you can comment wherever it's posted with anything you got to say or any questions or anything like that. Thanks guys.